जो रह गए साइंस लैब के और बाकी तो देखा नहीं। Psychological exercise.
Good morning, dear participants. We are waiting for the resource person. Good morning, Johal, our body trust member, has joined us. We welcome you all. Good morning, sir.
Very good morning, Ji.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for joining us and in presence. So we are waiting for the other participants to join us and for the resource person. So we will be starting the proceedings very soon.
Okay, thank you.
ਜਦੋਂ ਏਦਾਂ ਹੁੰਦਾ ਇੱਥੇ ਉੱਪਰ ਆਂਦਾ
सोशल फोबिया जितना ठीक है तब स्टिग्मा बहुत होता था लेकिन लोग ही क्या क्योंकि एवरी जेडे बटाला जो डॉक्टर सेट लोग है वो भी आप बने एसेंशियल पीपल ने बड़ा वो पॉलिटिक्स जो है इस सारी मेंटालिटी साथ में सीखी है
Dear participants, our worthy resource person will be joining us within 5 minutes, and after that, we will start with the proceedings. Thanks for your patience. Dear participants, our worthy and eminent resource person, Professor Dayanand Sansanwal has joined us. So we'll be starting the proceedings. Yes, we are going to start the proceedings. Actually, we have scheduled the meeting at 11:30. So just 4-5 minutes more. Let the participants join. Sir, please mute yourself, sir. Yes, sir.
Don't worry. Good morning.
Good morning, sir. Good morning. Happy to see you, sir. Welcome, sir.
I'm also very happy. So we can wait. No problem at all.
Sir, actually, as per the schedule, we have to start at 11:30. So we have 6 minutes.
Yes, yes.
Thank you, sir. Sir, our worthy trust members, Sardar Pritam Singh Ji Johal is with us. Our ma'am principal, Dr. Amandeep Kaur is here.
Good morning.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning. How are you, Ji?
Hi, sir. We are fine. How are you, sir?
Fine, fine. Trying to survive in COVID-19.
We all are trying to survive.
Yes,
But you
yes.
look so healthy and fresh, sir. There is nothing.
ਇਹਨਾਂ ਦੀ ਆਪਦੀ ਵੀ ਨੈਕ ਆ ਨਾ, ਇਸ ਕਰਕੇ ਕਰਾਈ ਜਾਂਦੇ ਆ ਕੁਛ ਨਾ। ਆਹੋ। ਹਾਂ, ਅੱਜ ਲੱਗ ਰਹੀ ਆ ਥੋੜੀ ਜੀ। ਹਾਂ, ਅੱਗੇ ਤਾਂ ਗਰਮੀ ਹੁੰਦੀ ਸੀ, ਹੁਣ ਤਾਂ ਹਾਂ।
Dear participants, please mute yourself. Sir, almost 70 participants have joined us. More than 127 participants have registered with us.
Very
And after 100, the participants will be joining us on YouTube platform because it is a live streaming on YouTube.
Yes, yes, yes. Acha, you should allow me to share the screen also.
Yes, sir. We are making you co-host and you will be able to share the screen, sir. Sir, now you are co-host and you can share the screen.
All right. Thank you very much.
Sir, let me start with the formal proceedings and then I'll call you formally.
Please go ahead.
Okay, thank you, sir. So today, as we all know that we are connected here through online mode for the national webinar on National Education Policy 2020. And this webinar has been organized by GHG Harprakash College of Education for Women, Sidhwangpur. And to grace this event, we have with us very brilliant, energetic, visionary educationist and researcher par excellence as a resource person and key speaker, Professor D.N. Sansanwalji, former Dean and Head, Department of Education, Devi Ahilya University, Indore. We have also amongst us Honorable Trust Member Sardar Preet Singh Johal ji. I welcome you both, sir, and the learned and dynamic principal of our institution, Dr. Amandeep Kaur ji, is also gracing the occasion with her esteemed presence. I welcome you, ma'am. And principals from various institutions and faculty members have also joined us on YouTube and Zoom platforms. We are rather grateful to them for their benign presence. So this webinar aims to gain insight about new education policy launched by Government of India on 29th July 2020. As we all know that the policy signifies a huge milestone for India's education system, which will make certainly India an attractive destination for higher education worldwide, as we are expecting. The policy is based on the pillars of access, equity, quality, affordability, accountability, and will transform India into a vibrant knowledge hub as per the vision of the policy makers. So NEP 2020 emphasizes systematic and institutional improvements for regulation, governance, promotion of multidisciplinary academics and research, in specifically in higher education institutions. There are several aspects, there are several plans, there are several opportunities, but it is very challenging also for all the stakeholders. So considering the importance of urgency of needed attention by all the stakeholders, IQAC of institution has decided to provide a platform for deliberations on the said theme. And today we all will collectively try to understand the nuances of the policy with the wisdom of Dr. D.N. Sansanwalji. Now, to proceed further, I would like to request our worthy principal, ma'am, Dr. Amandeep Kaur, to please extend a formal welcome to today's resource person, Dr. Sansanwalji. Over to you, ma'am. Ma'am, please.
A very good morning to all of you. So today, I feel privileged while welcoming our most treasured resource person, Professor D.N. Sansanwal. He is retired Dean and Head Faculty of Education, Devi Ahilya University, Indore, Madhya Pradesh. Sir, we feel so honored by your presence over here. And moreover, today on National Education Day, I think you can be the most suitable person to whom we can listen and discuss the National Policy on Education 2020. What I know about sir and I want to share here is that I have attended a workshop with him for 7 days, and I know about him that he is a person with the robust scientific attitude and is a focused person. I'm again sharing that the moment we asked him that, sir, we want to listen to you, then his question was that should I focus on some particular field? And you can well imagine from this question that how focused he is. And sir, we are looking forward to you for your views today. And I am very, very sure that we all are going to elevate our knowledge level from our treasured resource person. So sir, on behalf of our management, faculty members, and all the non-teaching staff and students, I welcome you, extending you cordial welcome to this webinar on National Policy on Education 2020.
Thank you very much.
I also extend a pleasing welcome to our worthy trust member, Sardar Pritam Singh Johal, ADC retired. Sir, I am really thankful to you by heart that you always support us and always spare your time to be with us. And I really appreciate your curiosity to interact with our resource person and to support us in all the events we are holding during this COVID-19 phase. I also extend warm welcome to the principals and faculty of different institutes who have joined us on this Zoom platform as well as on YouTube. I welcome you all, and meantime, I'm thankful to you all that you have spared your time and graced this occasion of webinar on National Education Day. I also welcome our research scholars from different universities as well as from our own research center at GHG Harprakash College of Education, Sadhwa, who have joined us. And sir, they are also the budding teachers who want to know more about you and have a number of queries to discuss in this webinar on National Policy on Education 2020. So once again, I extend the most hospitable welcome to our resource person, Dr. D.N. Sansanwal, to our trust members, Sardar Pritam Singh Ji Johal, all the principals, faculty members, research scholars, and students. Thank you so much.
Thank you, ma'am. Now I take the opportunity to introduce our eminent resource person, Dr. D.N. Sansanwal, former Head and Dean Faculty of Education, Devi Ahilya University, Indore. He has served as chairperson of Northern Regional Committee at National Council of Teacher Education. He was on teaching assignment at River State University of Science and Technology, Nigeria. He was also a visiting fellow at King Mongkut's Institute of Technology, Bangkok. He is taught business research methods and quantitative techniques as visiting faculty at IIM Indore. He has also taught business research methods in Indian Institute of Foreign Trade, IIFT, New Delhi. His areas of specializations are research methodology, experimental design, advanced educational statistics, educational measurement and evaluation, educational technology, science education, computer education, information and communication technology. Sir has published extensively both in Indian and foreign journals of repute, a lot, and after retirement, he has conducted 180 workshops. 180 is a big number, and that too of 7 to 15 days on research methodology, statistics, and use of SPSS package all over India. He has given 119 webinar lectures, each of 2 to 3 hours on different topics, including research methodology, statistics, and use of SPSS. Sir has also an inventor, and he has invented jerk technology, multiple discriminant type items, multiple answer type items, educational, clinic, etc. Dr. Sansanwal has given Best Teacher Educator Award by All India Association of Teacher Educators, India. So we are fortunate to have such a great personality amongst us and eager to hear his views in today's webinar. Now I request Professor Sansanwalji to share his wisdom and thoughts with the audience. Over to you, sir, please.
Okay. Thank you, Dr. Shally, to have given me this opportunity to share some of my ideas. And I said that your institute is the only institute where I will be giving some of my ideas related to the education policy 2020. So I am very grateful to the principal madam Simerdeep Kaur and Sardaji Pritam ji to have really given the permission to Shally to involve in this particular one. And I am very thankful to all participants who have joined us both on this platform as well as the YouTube. Dear friends, without wasting much time, let me now go ahead with the PPT which I have prepared to make my lecture a focused one, as Shally has said. Dear friends, you know I am DN Sansanwal and this is my email address. If you have any question, you can ask me or you can post me on this. See, the topic which I coined was reflections on new education policy 2020. Say, I will be giving you the sequence of my presentation. I will first of all, like to just talk about the anatomy of the word reflections. This because I am very fond of, say, I take the word and I try to see what its each letter mean to us or indicates or contribute. So I called it the anatomy of words. Then I will tell you some of the salient features which are there in the education policy. I may not be able to cover everything. It's not possible. But I will try to just whatever I think are the salient one that I will like to tell you. Then I will talk about the teacher education, how this particular the document has visualized the teacher education. And then towards the end, I will give my own opinion on different aspects of the new education policy. And that's purely mine. It has no implication on any other organization or the policy or whatever it is. Now, dear friends, let us go ahead with the word reflections. The first letter is R. R means reason. You should think before you speak. That's a very important thing. And you should reason out. So it's a very, very important thing. And I'm not exaggerating that this aspect is missing from our education system. We lay more emphasis on giving information and very less emphasis on developing the reasoning power of the students or the thinking power of the students. This is very, very unfortunate. And dear friends, whatever subjects are taught, both at school level and higher education level, there is a lot of scope of facilitating. I'm using the word facilitating. I'm not using the word developing. Developing, according to me, is a very different phenomenon. But we facilitate as a teacher. We facilitate as a parents. We facilitate as the member of the society. Okay. So therefore, the reasoning has to be facilitated. And it cannot be just by giving lecture. Absolutely no. It has to be by doing exercises. If you have to make your weak muscles strong, and if you just listen to a lecture which describes different ways of making the weak muscle strong, your muscles cannot be strong until and unless you do not do exercise. So that's the one aspect which this reflection means. E means essential. all things are essential. When I will talk about this, the policy, what are all essential things? Another is enlargement. Whatever is there in that particular document, one can go beyond that document. But in order to go beyond, you have to think, you have to reason. Without that, you cannot enlarge, you cannot go beyond it. F means the future perspective. We must see what type of actions we have to take in future so that we make it a reality, so that whatever things are said in that particular document, we are able to put in action. And right now, dear friends, I tell you, there have been many commissions, and they have come out with many recommendations. And I'm sorry to say, at this stage, we have not been able to implement. Even the Kothari Commission, whatever he said, we have not been able to implement. Now, without implementing whatever has been said by that particular document or that particular committee, then there is no sense. So we have to see what ideas do we get from this particular document so that we can use it and we can make our future very bright one. And that is what the need of the hour. Another is the legal aspect. There are a lot of things which we have to see from the legal point of view. I will be touching some of the ideas, some of the aspects, and then you have to see it. Say, I'll tell you one small, that at present, large number of B.Ed colleges are there all over India. They are both in government sector as well as in the private sectors. Okay. And now if you ask them that you remold yourself to fit into the new system of 4 years courses, you know, it's not easy. Many of them do not have infrastructure. Many of them do not have money. Many of them do not have many other things. And there are many which cannot be done, like science labs. If you really introduce the 4-year BSc B.Ed course, the science lab, you have to make that lab is not so easy these days. So therefore, there are many things from legal point of view, and it takes a lot of time. Converting a particular system to a new system is not easy. Transplanting a particular plant from one particular place to another place is not very easy. You have to see whether the climate of that particular place suits, whether the soil suits, whether the etc. So it's not so easy. It takes a lot of time, and I don't know to what extent we will be able to do that. E makes encouragement. The policy must encourage the people to move ahead. And if that encouragement is not inbuilt into the policy, then I don't know what will happen. And E means efficient. The people at the top of the hierarchy who are supposed to take decisions, how efficiently will they be able to take decision and they will be able to move ahead? It's very important. Okay. Then C means the choice. It gives a lot of choice, no doubt about it. Okay. But along with it, there are many challenges. One of them I have given you already. So there are many challenges which we have to encounter in order to really implement the new education policy. We have to do a lot of calibrations. I'm sure calibration is a technical word which people use in science. whenever they do any experiment, they have to calibrate it. So it's a type of a institute, a instrument type of thing. It has to be calibrated. We have to see what fits where and how, things of that variety. T means think. We have to think. I'm sure lot of thinking has gone because the committee was there and it comprised of large number of people. I'm sure they must have done a lot of thinking. But even then also that thinking many a times, according to me, is just a superficial one in such type of matters. Sometime when they organize some seminars and ask the view of the people, all views are not considered. How do they filter out the views? It's very important. You know, I'm sure you have understood what I want to say. T means take it forward. Now, whatever it is, when it has come to exist, then we should take it forward. We should go with a positive mind, but we should not go for a negative mind. Because once you have a negative one, then of course, moving ahead becomes very, very, very difficult. But have positive and take it further and try to see what maximum draw from this new policy. That's what the meaning of the T means, take forward. T also means try. Let us try out few of the things and see whether it really works well and things of that variety. Without trying out, it's very, very difficult really sometime to comment what might be the outcome of this particular one. I means involvement. It requires the involvement of different stakeholders. Even the parents are there, the students are there, even the officials are there. Think actually all people who are responsible, they are a part and parcel of it. So each one of them must contribute. So that's the meaning of the I, involvement. I also means intention must be good. We cannot move ahead with a bad intention. We should always start with good intentions. Because if this seminar is being organized by the GHSC, Har Prakash College, then naturally there must be some positive aspect of it. So we have to have good intention. Inclination, is again a very positive one. It's not the negative one. O means original. We should try to see what exactly are the original aspect which are part and parcel of this policy, which we call it a new education policy 2020. What are the original contribution which people have made? Do not understand when you say this plus this plus this is a positive income. I don't see it's a original the contribution, not at all. Unnecessarily you are just diverting the attention of the people, whereas the basic the questions remain the same. Just by saying this plus this plus this plus doesn't make sense out of it. I at least do not understand it. So there has to be some very, very original, so that people can really say that, yes, this particular commission has made these original contributions. These are their original ideas. Just by saying you close this and you start this, these are not original ideas, my dear friends. Whatever exists, have we really tried to first test them, see whether they are really worth replicating or not? I'm not very sure what actually researches have been carried out. Whatever the system exists, the RIs, they are having 4-year integrated courses since long. It's not a new idea today. a very, very long one. Now, whether our people have really gone to the field and try to find out whether this really works or not. How many people who take admission, they really become teachers? Things like this, there are many. And understand one more thing, that this 4-year integrated is only after 12th. By the time the child moves to the 12th one, he is not a matured one. It's very difficult for him to take a decision in which line he should move, whether he likes to become a teacher or he doesn't want to become a teacher. There are many other things. So one has to really see. So the originality is very important. And the quality goes with that original idea. More original ideas are imbibed, then naturally the quality will be better. And means non-offended. See, we are not just saying that this is not okay. No, we are not. And there is no need of offend, there's no need of defend. No, nothing like that. It has to be natural. Lot of things comes naturally, that this is this document would not have. Okay. S, the last letter is S, means self-confidence. Dear friends, a very important attribute of each human being, the self-confidence has to be there. I'm not saying overconfidence. I'm not saying underconfidence. Over and underconfidences are very dangerous. But you should have confidence in yourself, in your abilities. We people in India must have self-confidence. We should have, yes, the India together can do this. Then let us try to do that. That is not sustainable. Whatever we try to implement, we should be able to go ahead with it. Not just stop this and plant another one. No. Say, once you have planted the tree, then you should nurture it. It is not that you replant another one. No. Let this be nurtured first in all, and then once it stands at its own and it reaches to its maturity, then we plant another one. Perfectly correct. So this is what exactly I talk about anatomy of the word refraction. Now I move to the another one, and that is, what are the salient features which I could find from the Education Policy 2020. These are not mine. These are there in that particular document. And these really reflects whatever the committee members they thought, or whatever they got after they have interacted with different stakeholders. So they have said that one is recognizing, identifying, fostering the unique capabilities of each student. My dear friends, it's very easy to use words. Each student, are we able to do by now? Don't you think that whatever these words are there, these are the new words, not the new words. They are there since long. That's important. See, putting just words will not really make this particular policy a very different policy, until and unless how exactly these have to be achieved is important. Another, they say, achieving foundational literacy. What have been we doing for the last 70 years? And still we are talking about the literacy. And I'm sure if another commission comes up after a few years, may also start talking about the literacy. So literacy and numeracy. What is this? Very, very basics. Another is flexibility. Flexibility in ideas. Flexibility in action. Flexibility in lot of other areas. They're very important aspects. Are we really have been able to imbibe this particular thing amongst our people? Are they flexible enough to accommodate the new ideas which come? Or they just say, no, this cannot be done. Refuting a new idea is easy, but taking forward new idea is not very easy. It's very, very difficult because you have to think afresh. You have to once again go back to your old days and start thinking how exactly this is to be done. So flexibility in action, flexibility in our planning, flexibility in all aspects have to be there. And this is the policy I said earlier also it was there. No hard separation between arts and science. How can you do like that? Science is science and art is art. My dear friends, if you know it very well, right from the beginning, when Gurukul system was there, only two things used to be taught. One, the language, other the mathematics. Because the language was for facilitation of thinking and mathematics for reasoning. Okay, and now how can you combine history and science, physics? You can have history of physics, no doubt about it, that talks about how physics has developed. How will you combine the political science with mathematics? Very difficult. I don't know that no hard separation. You have to have separation. It's not easy to mix them up or to combine them. No, you have to see. I don't know why there's no hard separation. What is the meaning of hard separation? They have to be separated. All over the world it has been done. And not only in this, even within a particular discipline, you will find there are separations. If you take the example of education, in education there is a psychology, there is a philosophy, there is a separation. I don't know what this really means. Multidisciplinary and holistic education. Nice, good words. Nice to hear. But is it possible? You have to think. Holistic education. The word is very, see what our D.S. Kothari said, all round personality develop. Is that not holistic? Using the word holistic. This is a very important thing I am saying. Emphasis on conceptual understanding. Don't you think that this is since the beginning? Talking after 70 years about conceptual understanding. What have we been doing for the last 70 years? And dear friends, whatever is the discipline, I have been talking, and I normally, when I give my lecture on any topic, I try my level best to touch the conceptual aspect. It's a very important thing. And why our students are not able to move ahead, are not able to understand the content, because they might be very weak as far as the concepts are concerned. And in teaching, we hardly pay attention to the concepts. Let whether this, say the commission is there and this policy there, let another policy come, it doesn't make a difference. What I have seen during my tenure, people, you give them any amount of training or whatever it is, they still continue with their own way of teaching. And you know that there was a time in India when the people started talking about models of teaching. And in that particular one, how exactly a concept has to be taught. You cannot teach it through lecture method, you cannot teach it through discussion method, etc., etc. But no, see, they have, it is there since long. It's not that after 70 years you realize that you have to really now teach the concepts. And most of our students, they have got degree. Some of them have PhD. But if you talk about the concepts, you will find they are as bad as anyone is. They hardly understand anything. Now, getting degree really does not mean anything. Whereas in some of the countries, if you have a degree, then yes, it means something. There was a time in India when people had some degree, that means something. If someone passed the 10th class, it used to be a great thing. But now passing 10th class is nothing. Okay. Creativity and critical thinking. These words are there, but keeping the words is okay. I am not against it, but how exactly that creativity and the critical thinking has to be inculcated in amongst our students and the teachers, not only students, even teachers also. You know that right from the beginning, the students are given freedom to do the drawing. The drawing is very important for facilitating creativity. Writing, you write whatever you like, is a very good instrument for facilitating creativity. You know, the questions which you ask in the examination, if it is a essay type question, the question which requires long answers, it has scope to inbuild the creativity into it. But whatever are we doing during our say classroom teaching or even outside, how much importance or weightage is being given to the creativity and to the critical thinking. If someone thinks very critically, then say, "Aap to baal ki khal utar rahe ho." See, such type of say comments, if any student gets, he gets discouraged. If you try to think out of the box, which is the very popular word people use, when there is a meeting, the staff meeting, if some staff member thinks out of the box and he gives an idea, you know, I don't know how many people will really respect that idea and will accept it and move forward. They say, no, you just keep on thinking and it's not practicable. You know, it's easy to use such type of words which discourages. But why can't you take that particular idea forward and see? If it works, you should implement. If it doesn't work, you leave it, fine. But at least try to implement. That's what we don't. So I don't know, the words are okay, but they were earlier also. Ethics and human beings. The more you teach ethics, the more problem you have in this society. I do not know what is happening really. You may talk about human value, you may talk about the constitutional values. Talking about values is no values. As I said few minutes before, that you cannot make your muscles strong just by listening to the lecture by an expert who tells you how to make muscles strong. You cannot inculcate these things without practicing. What is happening? These youngsters, they see everything, because the media is very, it's dominating. And you cannot keep away our children from all that what is happening, because they see on the TV, they see on their mobiles, and they see here and there things of that. Ethics is nice, but then implementation. But it's a part and parcel, it's a salient feature. It was there earlier also. I don't say it is something very new. Yes, multilingual. That's okay, fine. The Navodaya Vidyalayas, if there is a child, if he's from Punjab and he knows Punjabi, he has to learn another language, maybe Bengali or maybe Kannada or maybe Tamil or something like this. They are doing it, and they are doing it very well. But the number coming out from the Navodaya Vidyalaya is so small that it doesn't show its presence. So, but this is nice. Now, when you have such type of thing, the different states, they react very differently. All states do not accept all. If you say Hindi has to be taught everywhere, then you will find some of the states will revolt and they say, no, this is not okay. No, but anyway, the idea is not bad, but this is not a new idea. What I am telling you is not new. It is there since long. Implementation is a problem. All, whatever I have said till now, they were part and parcel of the earlier commissions also, but the problem lies in the implementation. And you cannot implement just in one day. And by the time you start implementing them, a new education policy comes up. I don't know what is happening. Now, life skills. We do talk of the life skills like communication, like cooperation, like teamwork, like resilience, etc., etc. You may use a few more words. It doesn't make a difference. But are these life skills? What are we doing in our institutes to facilitate the life skills? And does it mean that right from the very beginning, the communication was not taken into consideration, was not considered to be very important aspect or ingredient of the education? It is there right from the beginning. So I don't see anything very innovative or very new or something like that. Cooperation, it is there since long. And that is why many of the activities the schools are doing, where the students, they are in a group and the group activities are done. And these group activities, they really promote the cooperation. They really promote a fine communication amongst the member of that particular group. The teamwork, all these things, they are there earlier also and now also, fine. focus on regular formative assessment for the learning rather than summative assessment. I don't see anything new in it. In each and every institute, you have the tests. There was a time when people were talking about the unit test. And even I'm sure that many tests are being conducted when it is a semester system or whether it is an annual system. Now, just by saying the formative assessment, it really doesn't make sense. It's not something new. It is there since long. Because people were trying to have lot of, say, formative assessment before you come to the summative one, that the annual examination or your semester examination, whatever are there. So these things are there since long, not very new. But just by writing focus, it doesn't become focus until and unless you do not make them to do it. And you know, in India, we have all types of the institutes, like government institutes, like private institutes, like aided institutes. Those institutes, we do not have proper staff. Teaching faculty is not there. Sometimes even the administrative faculty, sometimes those facilities which you require, you don't get it, and so on and so forth. There are many things are there. But as far as the words are there, summative and formative, they are there since long, nothing new. Technology, yes. This is something earlier the technology was only, I remember when I was small in class 9th, you can understand. When I was in, right now I am 75, in class 9th, the first day when the first lesson came on the television, we were asked to come to the school, and we went to the school and we watched the first lesson on the television. Now, since then, you know, the television was being used, ETV, and there were many experiments done. ISRO did a lot of experiments. And now after the TV, you know, a lot of changes have taken place, and now, you know, everything is in your hand. Technology. But technology comes in. But are we able to make best use of the technology? Now this period, the COVID period, you know, a lot of webinars are there, a lot of lectures are there. And if you remember that the MHRD, they started talking more about having online lectures. And when people started talking about the ill effect of that, then MHRD said, no, there should not be more than so many hours lecture on a day. Each lecture must be of this much. But dear friends, let me tell you, whatever MHRD is saying, still there are many institutes who are having their online lectures even for 4 to 5 hours a day. And in that one, what they do? And you know, it's not something confidential. The people from the rural area are the most affected. Some of them do not have electricity, some of them do not have connections, some of them do not have systems and things of that variety. Using technology, fine, no problem. We should make use of the technology as much as we can, depending upon our own potentials, depending upon how much, say, training we people have and we have the acquaintance. Now, I do not know how many people really can give lectures on the webinar. There are some subjects like mathematics, like science, like biology, chemistry, etc., where you have to use a lot of diagrams, where you have to use board maximum. Now, are our teachers able to you do that? Do they have the various hardware which they require in order to use the board which is available on Google Drive? The answer is that, so use of technology absolutely has to be there. There's no doubt about it. But only use of the technology without integrating it into the system and training the people and developing that infrastructure is of no use. So these points are very nice. These are good points. But to what extent we are able to really put them in practice, that's what another important point. Respect for diversity and respect for look. Yes. See, what exactly? See, if there are students from the rural area, are we going to have a different syllabus for the people who are from the rural area? And if you have a different syllabus, how do you bring them into the main system? See, writing this doesn't make a difference. Because you have the diversity, no doubt about it. People from urban area and people from the rural area, there are a lot of difference. The people from the urban area, I don't think whether there are some families who really do not have the mobile for their child. Maybe few, some, those who are very poor or some liberal, something like that. Yes, maybe. But otherwise, most of the people, they have provided all these facilities, but in rural area, no. And so on and so forth. That's fine. Another, full equity and inclusion. This word I have been listening since long, at least 32 years I was in the job, and after that another 14 years now. So you can say roughly 46, 47 years. These words are there, but we have not been able to do it. Implementation is not at all there. It is not that equity and inclusion is a new idea of this particular committee. Absolutely no. It is there. There are courses. And there are institutes where they are making a lot of efforts to really integrate all those people who do not have the normal capabilities or who belong to the special category of the people. But is it easy to do it? Are we ready to do it? Whether our teachers are trained. Yes, we have schemes, that fine, nice. Having schemes and without really proper implementation doesn't make a difference. So this idea is good, but implementation, I'm quite doubtful. Synergy in curriculum across all levels. Now, using the word synergy doesn't become. I know, dear friends, that the different bodies have come up, like you have the National Council for Teacher Education, you have the UGC, you have different universities, and they come up with their own curriculum. Have you ever tried to really analyze the curriculum which was there some 50 years back and which is there today? What exactly is the difference you find? My dear friend, some of the universities, their curriculum is so old, or they might be just using the new words, but keeping the same old content. Then what synergy? Just by using the word synergy, it doesn't really bring into the curriculum, not at all. Yes, what has happened is whatever used to be taught at class 8th, now it is being taught at class 7th. Whatever used to be taught at class 12th is now being taught in class 11th or class 10th. That's fine, nice. Moving, that's okay. But they say if you talk about the B.Ed curriculum, I'll tell you there are a lot of change they have made. In many of the states, I was told in one of the meeting that they have taken out micro teaching from their syllabus. And where micro teaching is such an important technique for facilitating the skills, and they have taken out from the syllabus. The models of teaching have not entered into the curriculum of large number of the universities in India. So what synergy can you bring in? See, very, very unfortunate, things. So just by writing the word that synergy in the curriculum, I don't know whether it will be there or not. In the school level, the different, our organization, like people having love for the animals, they said that there is no need of doing any experiment in biology. If you don't do a dissection with the frog or something like that, then how will you learn many things? A doctor cannot be, if he has not operated on a body, if he doesn't know the inside organs of that, and he really not seen their place, and what will they do? When you want to bring the change in the curriculum, then you should try to see that you move in such a position so that the people across, they get benefit of it. Now, if I just talk about this pre-PhD, there is a course. I have evaluated the curriculum of different universities, and I'll tell you, at least 90% of it is the same, whatever is being taught at a master's level. Then why do we have a pre-PhD course? If you have a pre-PhD course, you must see that it must have those aspects of the research methodology which have not been covered till their PG level, and they are very relevant to that particular. That has not been done. Things like this. So curriculum is okay, writing is fine, nice, no problem. Teachers and faculty at the heart of the learning. Yes, it is a heart. Word is very nice. But how many teachers are involved in really in taking lot of decisions, crucial decisions? In our society, it is easy to say that we have a democratic system. But many a times I have seen it's not a democratic system. Many a times it is authority. It comes from up, and therefore it has to be implemented. Now government takes a decision, it has to be implemented, whether it is right or wrong, whatever it is. Later on, they keep on justifying that whatever was done, okay. So therefore, teacher and faculty includes teacher anyway. So they're the heart of the learning process. It's not only the teacher. Let me tell you, teacher alone cannot do anything until and unless you do not provide the conducive environment and you do not provide the infrastructure, which is the need of the hour. It's not there. A light but tight. See, words are, I really admire people using words light and tight. Regularity framework. as Shally introduced me as the chairman of the Northern Regional Committee. I know I was in the system. I know I was in the system as a head and dean and EC member and all that, all that. We have rules and regulation, but to what extent are you able to really implement them? You have a lot of other pressures. So when you say regulatory framework to ensure integrity, transparency, and resource efficiency, you know, you read it in the newspaper that some 2 days back I was reading in the newspaper in Times of India that in one of the organization, the person at the top, he was the chairman, he shunted out because he was involved in a lot of the malpractices. So I really don't, all that is okay. Light and tight word doesn't make it light and tight until and unless the people involved in taking, if they are not very honest and if they do not keep in mind the people to whom they are serving, it's of no use. Just, all these things I have been telling, which are there in this particular document, but I really want to see what exactly is the new ideas which they have given, because they are there. Yes, they have spelled it out, but they are there. Now you talk about outstanding research. Yes, outstanding research. But do you think that how many institutes of India, there is the first 100 of the world? Not even single. Now, if you really see the researches which have been uploaded on the Shodh Ganga, and if you start analyzing their title, their objective, their methodology, and you will find that those researches are very, 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 very weak researches. So outstanding research, how will you have an outstanding research? Now, there are many Indians who have got Nobel Prize, not while staying in India, not working in India, outside. It does not mean that Indians do not have brain, that they are not capable of reaching that high. They have, but there are a lot of other elements involved in it, which we do not have. In India, if you must have read in the newspaper, Indian Institute of Science, Bangalore, is between 200 and 250. It said between 200 and 300, their position is. In the first 200, no Indian institute is there. You have IITs, you have IIM, you have IIS, you have many other things. So just by saying outstanding research doesn't mean outstanding research at all. Because the degree which you are providing right at the moment, because they are in the open source now, anyone can see the Shodh Ganga, they are so weak that I do not know why the degree has been awarded. So therefore this outstanding is okay, but how to make outstanding? Nowhere in the document they have spelled out. What I was thinking is that the document should spell out, if they want the outstanding research, then what action must be taken? What should be done? The UGC has made the pre-PhD course a compulsory requirement for all those people who want to really do research. But what has happened to that? Are we doing that very seriously? I need not to name the institute, but I'll tell you that in some of the places, the classes are not held regularly. It is supposed to be 6-month course, but it is not a 6-month full-time course. The classes are held only on Saturday and Sunday. Number one. Number two, in many of the places, the teachers are not teaching. The research fellows are teaching. Those people who are doing research, who have a GRF or SRF, they are teaching. But what the teachers are doing then? Now, how do you expect that you have a outstanding research? By introducing a course, by making it mandatory, does not guarantee the quality. Absolutely no. It may help to some extent, because in some of the subjects, I'm sure you know it, that they were never, say, I'm MSc Physics. When I did my MSc Physics, we never studied any aspect of the research. And during my course, I did a project, and that was a research. But at that time, we never knew how to write a title and how to write an object. Even now also, I don't know whether people are being taught how to write a title and how to write an object, even things of that variety. The answer is no. Then how do you have an outstanding research? Okay, all right. Then there has to be a continuous review. Yes, it is there already. Each university is supposed to have their meeting. The board of study is what they call it. And in board of study, they are supposed to talk about all aspects of related to teaching, learning, and evaluation. What are they doing? Is it not a part and parcel of our system? Yes, it's a part and parcel of our system. Then what is this continuous review? There are bodies at the national level. The UGC comes up with the curriculum in different areas, including education, that what is to be taught. And then each university is supposed to take cognizance of that, the UGC framed curriculum, the NCT, they have a curriculum framework. What happens? I don't know what happens. But continuous review, you have a continuous review already. But that writing continuous review really does not mean anything until and unless you are not very serious about it. Now, I remember, you know, that in the board of studies, how many outside experts you have? Hardly 2. Are they expert of all, whatever the aspect, organs of that subject that you are taking? The answer is no. Then what contribution will they make? No, there are many aspects involved in it. Are we really referring to those institutes who have achieved heights? What are they teaching? How are they teaching? Are we really taking some direction from those documents as important one? Now, education is a public service. Yes, it's a public service. But then why do we have private universities and private colleges? I need not to tell you, my dear friends, after the entry of these private universities and colleges, things have deteriorated so much that you know better than I know. So I don't see any meaning in that. Education is a public service. It's not at all a public service. Another is substantial investment in a strong, vibrant public education system. All of you know what is our budget. Manmohan Singh tried his level best to improve the investment. The present government is saying, but whenever we have the budget, what is the proportion that the education people get? And once that get, is it all right looking to the number, the size of the institutions? Private institutions don't get anything, no fund from the center or the state. All the government, what is happening in Delhi? This Aam Aadmi Party, they have opened some of the colleges, and now the teachers are crying their salaries are not being paid. The teachers are saying something and Aam Aadmi Party is saying something. So I really do not understand that only putting money into the system doesn't really improve the system. Until and unless each one of us do not become honest in the real sense, honest to oneself, honest to the society, honest to everyone, are we? Just ponder over this honesty and see what happens. These were some of the salient features, and I have already given some of my ideas, and I still say these are not something new, my dear friends. At least I know them since long. Now, as far as the teacher education is concerned, they say training is high quality content and pedagogy. Is it new? High quality content. Just now, few minutes back, I told you micro teaching and models of teaching, very, very important, and they are not at all part and parcel of the content. Then what is high quality content? There are many things we do not teach. At least in one of the subjects like the research methodology, if you really see, people are taught only t-test, the correlation, the chi-square, they don't go beyond that. Some of them may go to one-way analysis, what about regression, what about the discriminant analysis, what about canonical correlation, what about factor. Many things are there, we don't do. Writing high quality content doesn't become a high quality content if you are not honest at the time of say reviewing your own content. Yes, government is trying their level best to give autonomy to lot of institutes. Yes, autonomy is not bad, provided it is used as it expects. Autonomy expects that you should move ahead of the many other one, try to innovate, try to bring a lot of other changes into the system, which is more meaningful, more useful to the society. Are we able to do that? Pedagogy, fine. New word, pedagogy. What about teaching methods? Then you have to think about the difference between the methods of teaching and the pedagogy and things of that variety. Teacher education will gradually move by 2030 into multidisciplinary colleges and the universities. Now from here the problem will start. Now, right at the moment, there are so many private colleges of teacher education which started as stand-alone institutions. And now you want them to convert into multidisciplinary. Is it feasible? Is it advisable? Is it beneficial? Writing multidisciplinary college, it doesn't become a multidisciplinary. Even in the universities, the Department of Education, see the infrastructure we have. There are many universities, they do not have undergraduate course in the university at all. The undergraduate courses are in the colleges. And if the Department of Education like to start these courses in collaboration with the colleges, it becomes very difficult. I should not say, but I think I should tell you. I'll tell you, when I was there, we did make effort to start the 4-year integrated course in our Department of Education. And we came out with the curriculum, but it was passed by different bodies, but it never saw the light of the day. It was not implemented. Why? Infrastructure. Why? The resources. From where the faculty members will be drawn. Will you have your own faculty members or will you take it from other departments? We had in the university mathematics department, they said, sorry, we cannot teach the graduation course. The physics department, some of them, they said, okay, we will teach, but some of them, they said, we do not have the equipment where the students can do practical, which are for the BSc level, the graduate level practicals, because their instruments are advanced one for MSc. Many problems are there. So I really do not know how government by 2030, in another 10 years, they are going to convert. What will happen, I see that many of the stand-alone teacher education department, the colleges will automatically be closed, or they will be converted into something else, because the land which they have, how will they change the land? How will they have more land near their place where they are situated? Very difficult. Anyway, that's what, but this is what they say as further. Now they say outstanding education department. Why the government of India could not have outstanding education department till now? They say outstanding education department that offer B.Ed, M.Ed and PhD degree in education. Of course, there are many. But what is this outstanding? Education department, I understand. But what is this outstanding? Is there any ranking mechanism? Yes, once upon a time, NAC, National Assessment and Accreditation Council, because the NCT had a MOU with NAC, and then NAC used to do this particular work on behalf of NCT, and they were really trying to rank those institutes and try to come up with which is outstanding and which is not outstanding. Right at the moment, your Jawaharlal Nehru University, Delhi, is the outstanding university in India, because their CGPA is higher, much higher than the even Delhi University. How do you have the outstanding? That's fine, nice. Using the word is fine. By 2030, the minimum degree qualification for teaching will be 4-year integrated B.Ed course. From here, the problem starts. As I said few minutes before, that in last number of Regional Institute of Education, I have gone talk to the students, and I wanted to find out what percentage of the people will be interested in taking up job immediately after they pass out. They said, no. Very few people, they said, yes, I will like to take a first job and then think of doing. Many of them, they said, no, we want to do our PG and then do a PhD. We go to higher education. So I don't know what this will really ultimately culminate to. The 2-year B.Ed program will also be offered for those who have already bachelor's degree in other specialized subjects. Now, my dear friends, things are changing. You know that a person who has BCom, okay, now a person who have a BCom degree, earlier he was not entitled to do his B.Ed, because for B.Ed, those people who do B.Ed, they will be teaching in those classes where some of their subjects are there. And for doing this one, the B.Ed one, you do not have that subject. So people who have MCom, they are supposed to teach commerce. The BCom people cannot teach commerce. So things like this. They should have really just saying that 2-year B.Ed program will also be offered for those who had. What about masters? Let us see what. Now, another is that 1-year B.Ed program and will be offered only for those who have completed equivalent 4-year multidisciplinary bachelor degree. Say if you have completed 4-year multidisciplinary bachelor degree, does it mean you have not done some of the portion of the first year B.Ed? Because whatever the RI doing, they have 4 years course. I'm sure they are not referring to the 4-year course which Delhi University started, or who have obtained master's degree in specialty and wish to become a subject teacher. So that means if you have a MA or MSc, then it is 1-year B.Ed program. It was there since earlier. What is new in it? Of course, new only that because earlier 1-year program was for bachelor as well as for masters. But now they have it's only for masters. That's what the newness which they have brought in. Another is all B.Ed program will include strong. Now you have right now, but how serious the different institutes are really taking this practicum training. Your micro teaching is there, your internship is there, your practice very well. Do you think whatever micro those cycles bring them to that level at that particular in that particular skill? Anyway, that's another one. Then shorter local teacher education program will also be available to BITE and DIET or at a school complex. This is there. It's a in-service training program which are going on earlier also. These are some of the things related to the teacher education, and here I don't see except even the 4-year aspect, because it's there earlier in the regional institutes are there. Now they say shorter post B.Ed certification courses will also be made available. Now, I don't know what actually they will like to have it. That shorter, is it for post B.Ed certification? What is post B.Ed certification? I don't understand this, and how exactly they will be doing, I have no idea about it. Then they said that short-term courses, leadership, management position, and school management is there. What your NIPA is doing. NIPA is supposed to do some type of thing. And there is one paper in some of the universities they have, and they provide for school management. One stage to another between. Then there are stand-alone teacher education institutes. Now they have to be shut down. It's a very, very damaging things, according to me. And I have said why they have to be, because they cannot be ready to start a 4-year integrated course because they don't have staff, they don't have building, they do not have land for expansion and things of that variety. Now they want to, and they have said that it has to be shut down. Either you change or you have to close. How many, institutions all over India will be closed, and what will happen? What is the consequence? Right now, we have so many untrained teachers. And if you are closing them also, what will happen? And some of them may really run the 1-year program. There is no harm, because there is a 1-year M.Ed course is there, they can run. There is a B.Ed program, 2-year B.Ed program, they can run it very well. That's all. Why should they be asked to close? No. These were some of the things. Now, my own opinion. Number one is, some of them I have mentioned. Quickly I go. That D.S. Kothari Commission, he did say all-round development personality of the child was there. And once you say all-round development, whatever the new education policy 2020 they have illustrated, they are inbuilt in this. All these were the part and parcel of your personality. Another, what is missing from that facilitation of reasoning ability, decision-making ability, self-concept, self-confidence building, stress management, anxiety reduction, etc., are not part and parcel of whatever the list which the new education policy has said. I appreciate that it's not possible to include all, but some of them. Stress is a very important thing these days. This COVID, this 19 has really brought this particular aspect very well in the limelight, that when all family members are staying at home, what is happening to them. There are a lot of stress which is going into the families. Okay, but we don't have such type of thing. Now, the Delhi University, they started the 4 years course. It was an innovative course. For the first time, the Vice Chancellor, he had a vision, and he was from mathematics. And he started. But when the government changed, when the minister changed, then they asked him to close it down. The 4-year course, you should close it down. And lot of people coming from the 4-year course, they started getting very good jobs into different corporate sectors. So now what they are talking, it's there already. The Department of Education, Devehela Vishwavidyalaya Indore, we started innovative courses like Bachelor of Computer Education, Master of Computer Education. Nowhere in the country such type of courses was being given. It's only the Department of Education, Devi Ahilya University started the course. But this department was forced to shut down these courses because the UGC said this course is not in our list. I was the head of the department at that point of time. I wrote to the university that in your list, you never had something like BCA and MCA. If you could include BCA and MCA in your list, why can't you include BCA and MCA in your list? And they did not do it just for one reason, because the chairman of the UGC at that time and the vice chancellor of the university, they were not able to see eye to eye. Both belong to the medical science. Understand, if you have such type of thing, when you are taking the decision, then I don't know what can you do. You keep on talking about innovation. How do you have innovation if you have people who are biased and there is no scope of innovation? We do say innovate, but where is a scope? The moment you come up with a new idea, immediately one regulation, the regulatory bodies comes in and say, no, you can't do it because it's not according to our rules or whatever it is. Why can't we change the rules for benefit of the people? The quality of teaching and research is too poor. You talk of the quality and it's not at all there. How will you bring the quality? I have talked about it that to improve the quality, these courses were designed, but they are not being taken off well. Not a single university or institute is amongst the first top 100 universities of the world. I have talked about it. We don't have any Nobel laureate. Why? Whereas there are many Indians who are the Nobel laureates after they have left the India, when they worked in other labs, other countries, and etc. Why not ours? If not in science, at least in other subjects we should have. You know, in this last year when that Nobel Prize was given to in economics, and the person who got, of course, there were 3 people, and one of them was Indian, and of course the other were his own students or worked with him. Now, for the first time, they did some experiment in economics. Why can't we think that in economics also you can do experiment? Well, in political science also, if you like, you can do experiments. It's not you cannot do it. In law also you can do experiments. It's not that you cannot do it. Only the thing is you have to leave the present mindset and move forward. Try those things which you have not been able to do it. Once you start doing, you will come across many hurdles, but on the way, you will see a light. Now, we are now talking of the 4 years courses or something like this, and when we have lot of the untrained teachers into the system. You know, another thing I should tell you that this our distance mode has spoiled further. Our IGNOU is there, and many of the other states, they have their states open universities. They have really spoiled. They are responsible for lowering the standard of the education into the country. This is what I can say, even at any platform. I don't, it's a fact, because those people who have passed out, it's just a paper qualification they have as far as the B.Ed is concerned. You know, National Open School, they have institute, they have just a distributed degree. Anyway, it's a very bad thing. Till now, many policies have come, but no one has been implemented as it was stipulated. Even the DS Kothari has not been implemented till today. And I don't think it will be implemented at all. And some of the aspects of it, they were discussed in the other policies also, but anyway, nothing has happened. There is already shortage of the trained teachers, and implementing 4-year will make it still worse. I have talked about it. Not many students from RI, I have talked about it, they have taken up the job. So I do not know if you start the 4-year courses and where education is one of the subjects, and the people coming out from those courses, how many of them they will like to take up the job in the schools? I am not very sure. It is too difficult to change the existing, the B.Ed colleges to run the 4-year course. I have talked, because they don't have space, they do not have building. They can have the building provided they have a space. Land is not there. So how do you do? The teachers are not there. And if they want to build the building and want to have a teachers, then the fees has to be very high. Now, how many students will take the benefit? No, many things are there. So dear friends, I come to the end of my presentation. So thank you very much for all of you. By chance, if you have an observation or if you want to ask any question, you are most welcome. So thank you, and thank you to the organizers who have given me the opportunity to share some of my ideas. Now over to the organizers.
Thank you so much, sir.
And I'm sorry I have taken a lot of time.
No, sir, that's perfectly fine. Like, we were mesmerized by your words, and time is no constraint, I think. Sir, it was a mind-blowing session, and I request the participants to share their reflections, because you have brainstormed everyone. So many questions.
Excuse me, sir. Echo हो रही है.
Go ahead.
Okay, sir. Sir, in the document of National Policy on Education, under point 15.4, it is mentioned that all standalone teacher education institutes will be required to convert to multidisciplinary institutions by 2030, since they will have to offer the 4-year integrated teacher education program.
Yes. Just now I have said, and I said
So,
it's...
Sir, but we can... Okay.
No, I have not been able to hear you clearly. Your voice is not coming. There is some connectivity problem.
Yes, sir. It's... yes, sir. Is it fine now?
No, I'm not able, not at all audible. If you can try.
Is it audible now?
It's okay. Now speak again, Principal Madam.
Yes, sir. Okay. I'm repeating my question, sir.
No, that I have understood. You after the question.
Okay. Sir, after the question, I was just asking that what I can make out of this statement. It seems to be that the present education institutions like B.Ed colleges will be getting converted into the multidisciplinary institutions where the 4-year integrated teacher education program will be held. So, sir, what do you say about this? This means we are to convert ourselves to multidisciplinary? If it is so, then it will be possible only when our university will allow us. Our university is not even allowing us for BVOC courses. So, sir, what we can say? How it is possible?
Now, I'll tell you, madam, that as far as this rule is concerned, I think you were listening to me when I touched this particular point. See, number one, your university is not allowing you today, but tomorrow they have to allow. Because this will come from MHRD, this will come through UGC, and it will originate from MHRD. And all the vice chancellors will be asked that you have to give this particular, you have to make these changes into your whatever the statutes or ordinances you have. As far as that is concerned, that's not a very difficult. Number two, that you still can run courses like your B.Ed and M.Ed, absolutely no problem. If the B.Ed program, if you want to run for those people who already have their bachelor degree, say those who have BA or BCom or BSc, etc., for them you can have the course, but it has to be of a 2 years one. And you can run the M.Ed program also. There's no problem at all. But if you want to start the courses like 4 years, BSc B.Ed or BA B.Ed or BCom B.Ed or something like that, for that, of course, you have. So therefore, when they are saying that by 2030, all institutions they have, but then they have already said that you can continue with the 1 year program and you can continue with a 2 year program. So there is some confusion between the standalone, because there will be still standalone courses, and there are many government institutes who will find it very difficult. The government will not be able to do it. So I think these courses will continue. I don't see any point that these will not continue. This is my personal observation. Because looking to the document also, I think you can continue. Absolutely no problem. But if you want to start 4 years program, you can start 4 years program. That is a new thing that if you want to have, you can have that. But for that, you have to develop, infrastructure and other things. Any other observation? Question? Shally, madam. Hello.
Yes, sir. Am I audible, sir?
Yes. Any other observation anyone wants to have?
Yes, sir. I'm asking the participants. Otherwise, I want to talk about one aspect.
Go ahead.
Sir, my mind is bothering me that in India, we are famous for the writing part. Like we write the things very beautifully, but we lack in implementation, which you have was like talking about. Yes. Can we have solutions for that?
Yes, why not? See, if our government is honest and they really want to implement, I don't see any hurdle in their way. Mm-hmm. But the whole point is that we say something and we do something else. That is true. That is unfortunate. And there is no solution for such type of thing, according to me. When I am on the seat, if I am supposed to act in a particular way, I should act. And people should see, yes, he expected like that, and he's doing like that. That's what is not happening.
But so the system actually throws away that person or institute, na? Yes. The system is so that it throws away that person out of the system or the institution which follows the norms and standards, or which tries to follow the value system or try to implement the things in a real sense. Yes. The system throws them out.
Yes, I have a first-hand experience. When I was the chairman of the Northern Regional Committee, I did not give approval to one of the private university, and I was asked to go.
Okay.
The NCT chairman was also asked to go.
So, sir, that's same for such a long period. Like, I think participants, if you want to talk about something or you want to interact with Professor Sansanwal, you are free to do so.
Am I audible, ma'am?
हाँ, go ahead, Disha.
Am I audible?
Yes, yes.
Respected sir, this is Disha, teacher training from the host college only. Sir, मतलब मुझे I am very agree with the fact that करनी और कथनी में थोड़ा सा फर्क होता है, बहुत फर्क होता है. तो सर ये मेरा क्वेश्चन जो आपने एक पॉइंट एक्सप्लेन किया था कि there will be no hard separation between arts and science subject. सर मतलब आई बेग टू डिफर बाय इट टू सम एक्सटेंट. जितना मतलब मैंने पढ़ा है अभी तक, मतलब अभी यही देखने में आ रहा है कि बच्चों को अपॉर्चुनिटीज मिलेंगी कि वो साइंस के सब्जेक्ट्स के साथ ह्यूमैनिटीज के सब्जेक्ट्स को रीड कर पाएंगे, स्टडी कर पाएंगे. सो इफ वी हैव द टीचर्स ऑफ ह्यूमैनिटीज एंड साइंस, और अगर बच्चों को अगर ये अपॉर्चुनिटी मिल रही है, सपोज आई एम अ फिजिक्स स्टूडेंट, और अभी अगर मैं, जैसे मेरी साइंस बैकग्राउंड है, मुझे इकोनॉमिक्स के फंडामेंटल्स बिल्कुल नहीं पता है, तो इट्स अ प्रॉब्लमेटिक सिचुएशन फॉर द सिटीजन ऑफ इंडिया व्हाट इज गोइंग ऑन विद इकोनॉमिक साइड पे क्या हो रहा है. बट अगर बच्चों को ये पता चलेगा कि जैसे मैं साइंस स्टडी कर रही हूँ और इकोनॉमिक्स के सब्जेक्ट को साथ बाय साथ स्टडी कर रही हूँ, तो आई थिंक इट कैन हेल्प अस टू मेक द बेटर सिटीजंस ऑफ द कंट्री. आई थिंक आई कैन बी रॉन्ग हियर, बट प्लीज सजेस्ट मी योर व्यू पॉइंट हियर.
दिशा, आपकी बात बिल्कुल सही है, बट आप ये लगाइए कि काफी ऐसे प्रिंसिपल हैं जो फिजिक्स के हैं, जो केमिस्ट्री के हैं, जो आपकी लाइफ में यूज होते हैं, बट जब हम पढ़ा रहे हैं, क्या हमारे टीचर उस पर्टिकुलर चीज को कर रहे हैं? जब मैं फिजिक्स पढ़ाता हूं तो क्या मैं इकोनॉमिक्स को, क्या मैं पॉलिटिकल साइंस को, क्या मैं सिविक्स को वहां पे लाता हूं, या मेरा फिजिक्स का कंटेंट जो इतना हावी हो जाता है कि मैं इन चीजों को चाहते हुए भी मैं टच नहीं कर पाता हूं? क्योंकि जब आप न्यूटन के फर्स्ट लॉ ऑफ मोशन पढ़ा रहे हैं, तो आप किस तरह से ये चीजें लाएंगे, हिस्ट्री की कैसे लाएंगे, इकोनॉमिक्स की कैसे लाएंगे? कई बार कई चीजें कहने आसान होती हैं, बट जब आप पढ़ाना स्टार्ट करते हैं तो इट बिकम्स वेरी डिफिकल्ट. अच्छा, और हमारे बच्चे फिर क्या होगा कि दे विल बी नाइदर वेरी गुड इन साइंस एंड नॉट वेरी गुड इन दिस. ये बड़ा अनफॉर्चुनेट है. आप देखिए, जो कंट्रीज हमसे कई गुना आगे हैं, वो क्या करते हैं? उनके यहाँ ऐसा नहीं होता है. दे डू हैव ए सेग्रीगेशन. साइंस साइंस है, ह्यूमैनिटीज ह्यूमैनिटीज है. ऐसा नहीं है कि भाई वो उसको इंटीग्रेट करके नहीं. आप जहां प्रॉब्लम की बात आए वहां पे आप डेफिनेटली कर सकते हैं कि आपको इसकी भी इंफॉर्मेशन होनी चाहिए, अगर है तो बहुत अच्छी है, लेकिन अदरवाइज तो आई डोंट थिंक कि ये जो है मेरे हिसाब से नहीं हो पाएगा. अदरवाइज तो एक सब्जेक्ट हम इकोनॉमिक्स के साथ में रियली जस्टिफाई कर पाएंगे, ना फिजिक्स के साथ और मैथमेटिक्स के साथ. बट ये हो जाए तो बहुत अच्छी बात है. दिशा, वेरी नाइस. एनी अदर क्वेश्चन?
डॉक्टर साहब, मेरी आवाज आ रही है?
हाँ, बिल्कुल आ रही है सर.
मैं आपका लेक्चर सुना, कमाल का है. आप भगवान की आप पर बहुत कृपा है, बहुत अच्छा है, बड़े आपने अच्छे तरीके से बताया है. मैं दो बातें पूछनी है. क्या हिंदू क्या मुसलमान शो अमला बाजो दो में रोई. एक्शन जो है ना वो शो होना चाहिए, इम्प्लीमेंटेशन भी पॉजिटिव होनी चाहिए, अच्छी होनी चाहिए. जो आप नेशनल एजुकेशन पॉलिसी 2020 है, इसमें आप क्या फीलते हैं? ये बातें कमी रह गई होनी चाहिए, और आपका मैसेज क्या है?
नहीं, मेरा मैसेज ये है कि देखिए, जो भी एजुकेशन पॉलिसी के अंदर अभी बात कही गई है वो कोई नई नहीं है. एक तो मैं ये मैसेज देना चाहता हूँ. ये तो वो चीज है जो हमारी पहली जो एजुकेशन जो कमीशन बना था DS कोठारी का, तब से और उससे पहले से भी ये सारी चीजें उसके अंदर है. लेकिन जब हम इसको इम्प्लीमेंट करते हैं, इम्प्लीमेंट नहीं हो पा रही. जब मैं B.Ed में पढ़ाता हूं तो मैं जो सब्जेक्ट पर मैं साइकोलॉजी पढ़ाता हूं तो मैं साइकोलॉजी में ही उलझ करके रह जाता हूं. मैं जब मेथड्स ऑफ टीचिंग इंग्लिश पढ़ाता हूं तो मैं मेथड्स ऑफ टीचिंग इंग्लिश में ही उलझ करके रह जाता हूं. बाकी सारी चीजें साइड में हो जाती तो क्या है, ये बहुत कॉम्प्लेक्स प्रोसेस है, ये इतना सिंपल नहीं है, कहने में तो बहुत आसान है। आप देखिए ना कितने पॉइंट, कितनी चीजें उन्होंने अलग अलग से कही हैं। आप मुझे बताइए कि कोई भी इंस्टीट्यूट इंडिया का जिसमें ये सब चीज पॉसिबल है क्या? आईआईटी कर रहा है क्या? आईआईएम कर रहा है क्या? आईआईएससी करे तो टॉप इंस्टीट्यूट है हमारे इंडिया के। सेंट्रल यूनिवर्सिटीज कर रही है क्या? द आंसर इज नो। लेकिन हाँ, कुछ बेसिक्स होना चाहिए, और अकॉर्डिंग टू मी बेसिक लोगों की, बच्चों की थिंकिंग को डेवलप करना चाहिए, फैसिलिटेट करना चाहिए, उनमें रीजनिंग आना चाहिए। अगर मैं अपने ऐसे हाथ उठा रहा हूं तो मुझे पता होना चाहिए कि मैं ऐसे क्यों हाथ उठा रहा हूं। ये चीज, ये आदमी को डेली लाइफ में भी यूज होगा, और जब भी वो बच्चा पढ़ेगा उस वक्त भी यूज होगा। ये बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट। दूसरी, हमारे यहाँ लैंग्वेज पार्ट में बच्चे बहुत ही वीक है। बेसिक चीज आप लीजिए, जब बेसिक्स आपने ले ली तो बाकी तो ऑटोमेटिकली आ जाएगा। बहुत ज्यादा हमारे यहाँ कभी भी रीडिंग को बहुत ज्यादा नहीं देते हैं, जबकि रीडिंग पे जो रीडिंग कॉम्प्रीहेंशन बहुत होना चाहिए, हमारे यहाँ नहीं होता है। जो तो कुछ ऐसी चीजें उस पे कर सकते हैं, और आपका इंस्टीट्यूट तो बहुत अच्छा है और बहुत कुछ कर सकते हैं, आपके टीचर्स भी बहुत अच्छे कर रहे हैं और भी कर सकते हैं।
Thank you, sir.
और
Thank you, sir.
okay,
Any
thank you.
other participant? Anyone else? I think, sir, everyone is just thinking. You have started the people thinking at their own levels.
Very nice.
Should I conclude now then?
Yes.
Participate?
Conclude.
Okay. So thank you so much for this beautiful session. You have elucidated all the challenges and opportunities which are going to emerge in the coming years by discussing the anatomy of the word reflection only. Sir, it was in such a simple way, but you have like brainstormed us with very relevant question that are we flexible in our actions? Are we have planned rightly for the changes to bring in? Are we ready for the true implementation of the policy? Sir, I would like to quote here that Rome was not built in a single day, and that's what I think you wanted to say, that it is not in a single day that we are launching a policy and there is a complete change in the education system. It's not going to go like that. If we are launching it, we have to properly plan it. It is not by using just the words in any document. Rather, stakeholders have to plan and create ways and means, and have to be very, very honest in their dealings for the real execution and for bringing the real change. So we have to be very serious about everything and for having a strong and vibrant education system as envisioned in this policy. Sir, above all, I think you were feeling that regulatory bodies need to be very flexible in their approach for implementing the policy in its true spirit. So, sir, I think our voices will reach to the authorities, and definitely there will be some hope in the future. So if there are no queries, I proceed further for thankful for the vote of thanks. So on behalf of our management, principal, faculty of Sidhu institution, I convey my sincere thanks to our worthy resource person for this amazing and extraordinary session. So we are really indebted to you for all your recollections and for sharing the snippets from your vast fund of knowledge. So all the comments in the chat box on Zoom or on YouTube Live are showing that this was a fruitful session. We will look forward for such sessions in the future also. My thanks are due to all the dignitaries, guests, Sardar Pritam Singh Ji Johar, who always encourage us with their presence. I express my deep sense of gratitude to all the members of management of Sidhu institutions for always encouraging us to do our best. Not to forget our principals of various institutions, faculty of various institutions, and participants who have joined us online. Your participation and presence actually motivates us to do such kind of endeavors in future. I'm really thankful to the technical team for their support. Thank you one and all. Sir, hope to see you again and again for such future endeavors. Have a safe Diwali.
Okay, thank
Happy
you very
Diwali.
much for giving me the opportunity.
Thank you so much.
Thank
Thank you
you.
very much. Thank you, sir. Participants, we can leave the meetings now, but before that, you have to fill the feedback form, and the feedback form, the link has been shared in the chat box. The certificates will be issued only to those who will fill that form. So kindly see the chat box. Feedback link has been shared. Kindly fill that and then only leave the meeting. Thank you so much. I think we can leave the meeting. If you have filled the feedback link, you can leave the meeting. Sir, the link is participants. The link is working and it has been shared in the WhatsApp group. Kindly fill the feedback form. Avail the link from that group. Now we are closing the meeting. Thanks for your participation.